What is the one thing that made your life better when he was president?
Well, everything that he did when he was president made my life better. The economy was great. Unemployment was low. Like,
It's never been lower than it is right now, though.
wow. Wait, do we get to edit this? Hang on a second. These are tough questions.
Well, what's one thing he did when he was in office that made your life better, specifically?
The economy. He rose the economy up. You see? He ended what you call slavery of the working class people. That's what he did.
How do you do that?
He created jobs, opened up the market for free trade, fair pricing, the whole 9 yards.
So
Look at our border. Look at our border, how it is. All them people pouring in here. That's an invasion. That is an invasion. You are corrupting our country and taking jobs from the American people first, but yet making us provide for the illegal aliens y'all bring in here. And that's all I got to say. Thank you.
God bless Trump.
Why are you excited to see Donald Trump?
Best president in the last century.
In what ways? And what is it about his presidency that made your life better?
I think he kind of brought together diversion between races. I think that things were good for everybody.
Specifically, what?
Hispanics, blacks, whites, everybody, all the middle class. So I believe he did that.
What would you like to see him do?
And he did it in 4 years and 2.5 years, and now we're into is the world gonna explode because of policies and things like that.
Very excited. Love Trump. He's the best.
What do you love about him? What did he do when he was president that, one thing that made your life better that you love about him?
Everything he did made my life better.
Specific.
He doesn't lie. He tried to reduce our taxes. He tried to eliminate the evil that's the left.
Tell me about that. Do you think that the left is evil?
Absolutely, 100%.
In what way?
In every way possible. They lie. They're hypocrites.
About what? I'm sorry, I'm being a journalist here, but I'm just trying to get specifics. Like what?
Okay, they lie about lowering taxes. They lie about helping the American people. They lie about what they're doing in education to our children.
What is it that they're lying about there?
Well, everything. I mean, I think they've totally dumbed down our children. Our children don't know half of what we used to know when we were young, and it's all done on purpose. I just don't feel the left has the family and children at the base of their concern. I really don't.
Tell me something that Donald Trump did when he was president that made your life better, specifically.
Specifically, peace through strength, which I think is very important. He was very big on that. I felt confident and safe, and it reflected in the pocketbook. That's why I've got this American flag right here on my arm.
And Cynthia's name. Are you Cynthia? Okay, nice to meet you. There it is. I like it. That works.
Now that is equity.
One thing that made your life better under President Trump.
I could pay my bills.
And you credit the president with that?
Absolutely. He ran the country like a business, like you should. You don't spend any more than you bring it in. I've owned 5 businesses in my life, and the man was a genius when it came to running the country.
And specifically, give me one policy that you love.
When I could actually go to the grocery store and have a little extra money left over to go out to dinner with my husband. Now we can't even do that.
And before President Trump took office, were you able to do that?
Not as well. Not as well. He actually saved us a lot of money. He actually got people off their butts, going back to work, being proud to be an American. Put our flags back out and be proud. And he hung onto that flag like he really loves America. We have a president now that doesn't like America. He can't even be in Manhattan on September 11th.
What is it about President Trump that excites you?
He's the man. He tells it how it is. He's the man.
When he was president, what's one thing that he did as president that made your life better?
Everything.
One thing. One thing.
I would say taxes and You got me on the spot. I don't know.
And what specifically did he do when he was president that you liked that impacted your life?
He tried to protect the borders. Gas prices was cheap. I could keep employees.
How are you losing employees?
I'm losing employees now because Joe Biden's giving them everything free.
Can you give an example of that or specifics about it?
Yes, sir. They come up and tell me that they don't need to work because they could get free food. They could get a free check. Why work?
And where's that coming from? I don't know where that's on the records or on the laws.
It's coming from the people I hired.
So you've heard it, but you don't know for sure.
I believe them. I mean, I go to employees like I would change clothes, different ones every day because of that.
In what ways did he make your life specifically better while he was president?
Trump made this country great again. I truly believe Trump made this country great again. And the foundations that this country stood for, Trump made this country great again.
But I'm asking for specific, right? What about what Trump did made the country great again?
I mean, Trump wrote me a nice check. What can I say?
During the pandemic?
During the pandemic. Well, I would say,
wrote you a bigger one.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I would say during the pandemic.
So what is it? Tell me about that. Explain pandemic.
Well, I mean, we all know COVID, this whole thing was orchestrated. Chinese trying to veto Trump out of office. I'm looking at you. And, we're not stupid.
So be that as it may, and I'm not a scientist, I don't know that part, but Biden wrote a bigger check than Trump to support you during the pandemic. His administration did. What is it about Trump's check that was sweeter?
He had his personal autograph on there. I tell you what. That did it for me.
What?
I wish Trump could be my dad.
Well, you'd go on nicer trips probably.
Hell yeah.
What's one thing he did when he was president that made your life specifically better?
He saved my business.
In what way?
1,000,000% financially. I mean, we were going under through all of the, PPP was huge for us. I do believe that it was planned, but what it was able to do for my business, giving back during that time was huge.
You think what was planned?
The pandemic. It was.
By who?
It was a pandemic. However, I do think that it was planned by the deep state and by the higher ups, Rothschilds, Vanderbilt, so on and so forth, who controls our country with the Federal Reserve. It planned it because they did not want him going back into office.
Really? So the Rothschilds, there are only a couple of Rothschilds out there, and Vanderbilts, there are not a ton of them. That's like just a handful of people are controlling the country.
I think the Federal Reserve is who's controlling our country for sure. And I think that every president that we have had in office before President Trump was being controlled by them. And as soon as President Trump came in, he stopped it all. And that's why they pushed back, is because they weren't in control anymore.